Once again, I'm LCJ, and I know you missed me. Yes, I know. Yes, so last week we had our first episode of Showbiz Arena. Yes, that's the title and the name for this show on one and only Kumasi Online TV. Yay! Actually, I'm so excited today. I have really interesting stuff for you. I'm going to make you laugh today when it gets to what's interesting. And no best repani. Mpacho, mo pese me ka brofu bebre no mo susu me di twi no biedin ebe fefe mo amamu na mpacho. And then the first segments that we use mostly is #MusicsPeaks. Yes, enyum no eyeden ekasa. This is your one and only show, Showbiz Arena. You can premiere your songs on it, and today I'll be giving you a new track called Andamu. Yes, and that song is by Zach GH. We had Zach GH in the studio last week, and it was a buzz time with him. So we have this amazing song for you to hear. Andamu simply means why disturbed. What I say? I mean, you don't have what you want, you're a little bit frustrated, and you pretty much wish that there's something you could do about it. It's in Hausa actually, but there's some three segments, there are some three sections in the song that you're going to get to listen to. And you can say so about your feeling and so anda which is the bottom no end so and this how band their own to me ko or person talk and so anda and you can be I just say anda. Exactly, that's how we rolling today. So in 3, 2, 1 few seconds we're going to have the song for you. Thank you. Even I really enjoyed it. No, okay, can't say we were house the money a trim as a sansem no make can be a had the enquadano no moon to me should be into the main can or see idea there baby into the infanisa. Anyway, so that was Andamu for you, and that was by Zach GH. Yes, the one and only, I think the one and only best producer / musician / everything somewhere. Anyways, now Patrol, today we're going to learn a new word, hymen. Yes, the word here is hymen. This is what's interesting. I feel you drew honum so. What's interesting? No, and they afraid be hymen. Now Patrol, acrobat to never be trained. Today our teacher is acrobato, aka who knows tomorrow. So we're going to check out the video right now. Obeke can send you afawari for be in relation to hymen. Hymen obetro be biasi. Anyways, so stay tuned with us and come back again. Stay on your stay on your seats, and when we get back again, you see my beautiful face. Let's go.
I want to be Naija warrior. Anna, I was so almost signed divorce paper. Beman say Obani Muno. Obatus or no baby Jawa, no bondede, or Cassatian any time, any day, anywhere. 18 hours would you to me into your Jawbano. And Obans on Tiatia Maninada. Now, so best send divorce paper the pounds on the year. I brought a no virginity. And the unfound virgin in San Milano. I say, what they are not ordering. Obani Sibra, Beman no. No on far Bemada. When you be men ye shada. Enti Obama no awawan say, or no na breaking the virginity. For penetrating the virginity and spoil everything. So now the woman is no more virginity again. So if you want to divorce me, solve my virginity. And you say, Obama don't stop virginity, no. As some way the other. Yeah. You say no, say a bit near Coto dear. And you say, you're doctor. No, but or sign a pimpam ho. Now, virginity biano, no, the minimum say, Obi or virgin biano. Sabema breakina, excuse me, a mojaba, and the minimum. A boja, a ba. I don't know, a moja neba, I don't know, a floor, amen. Some of my sociology in the moon. Amen. It is a bema or ban for bema that. That's a bema niche operator here. Na amen at it. And you say, you know, for amen. So Dr. Berry said, you cry, you know, for amen. It is said, you may, daughter, no, own your amen into no. Our lady, yes, I saw. Because there's nowhere you get amen. The harming is not funable. It's not funable.
I am for that kind of harming. To see a coffee harming. Anyways, I'm LCJ, and this is Showbiz Arena on Kumasi Online TV, and that was a segment named What's Interesting. So that was the interesting thing we had today, and we had Akrobe to teaching us about harming. So please, Pacho, okana wa ye when you say ya, na just say you sa wedding na wo Pacho, I can be before. Anyways. Now, to my favorite part of the whole thing, we've got celebrity vibes, and guess who we have in the studio? It could be anyone. Who do you think it is today? Well, he's an amazing musician. This person literally has no bad news all over the internet. Like, you won't get a single scandal about this dude, honestly. And he's someone that is so simple and very down to earth with my experiences with him. He's the one and only Kojo Q. Yes, Kojo Q is in the house, yeah? So, we're going to be talking to him in 3, 2, 1. Oh, Trayon. Hi, Q.
Hey, what's up?
Oh my goodness, so you're actually in the studio with
Yeah,
us today.
I had to come. Yeah.
Joe.
Like, I would have missed the harming.
But you're kind of one for when you know.
My name they mean to me. Oh, say glasses into me. Crown.
Oh, TV, don't say what's
Say harming.
Harming. Okay, so Kojo Q is in the house. Kojo Q, I ask this question a lot whenever I meet an artist. And please, like I always say, this one is not a dumb question.
Okay.
Who is Kojo Q?
Yeah, Kojo Q is an African man who is trying to tell African stories with his music and his poetry.
Oh.
Yeah, he's from Kumasi.
Okay.
Yeah, Kumasi boy and kasa Matsambe via Bantama, Boko, Estate, Odium, Boedi, Tech, everywhere.
Kentin Kornoe.
Kentin Kornoe, the same it's now Odium, Intimi Chemo, but yeah, my shadance now, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right.
that's just who Kojo Q is, yeah.
How old are you?
I'll be 30 next year.
Wow.
Yeah. I look younger.
I swear, like the first time I ever met you, I wouldn't have guessed that you were that old in age.
Yeah, I'm 21.
That I believe. That I believe. If you told me you were 21, I would believe
I'm 21,
it.
Yeah.
Always looking young. Is there any special secret of some special wifey somewhere giving you good massages and helping you stay young?
It's genetics. It's just,
genetics, really.
It's just my genes.
But you're all married, right?
Yeah, I am married.
How many kids do you have?
I don't have a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it intentional?
Yeah, it was, for the most part it was.
I heard she's is it a pharmacologist or a
Yeah.
lecturer in
She's a pharmacist and a lecturer of pharmacology at Tech, yeah.
So Kojo Q, tell us a little bit about your childhood when you were growing up.
I grew up in between Bantama, Edun and Burmai. I lived with my grandma and my aunties, and like if you can see him, what I said, it's a Kumasi if you can see him type vibe with my cousins and everything. And for the most part, it was fun. We were sorry, I no pa. Ujaya, the Obejaya first, and then Obinyata de Fashe.
What, you were sharing clothes?
Yeah, like we shared everything.
Okay.
We shared everything.
Was it because things were hard or because it's just a family thing?
At the time, I didn't even understand that things were hard or anything, because when you're a child, don't say
they wouldn't tell you everything.
Yeah, but all I know is that say bibi ba you be adia. Into say me papa de bibi bremia. You know, share. So bibi papa de bibi bremia. So it was for me it was just a family thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So how long have you been married now?
Since 2014, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's like 6 years now.
Yeah, 6 years.
So, how supportive is she with your music?
Oh, she's super supportive. Like, well, we support each other.
Okay.
From the beginning, we both understood that we each have a journey that we are going to go on. You know, she's a scientist, she does her thing. I'm an artist, I do my thing. So we both support each other. the support is always great. Yeah.
Okay. So do you do anything else aside music, or you're full-time professional musician?
I'm a full-time.
Oh.
I usually, definitely, you have entrepreneurial ventures on the side.
So you do have entrepreneurial ventures.
Yeah,
on the
but
side.
I don't like to bring that up.
Okay.
Because it's like in Ghana, so I say musician, I say musician, or you say now you're the debut. What I say? So we be better now. I say me a doctor. Most of the doctor now, doctor now you're the debut.
Okay, doctor. Oh, yeah. Pacho mati. Timpacho musicians near see because music is a career path that one can take. One can do music professionally. Pacho na me kind na say enyum ya dia wo betumi dia ye wadwuma wo ye. Ain't necessarily say was it the be a musician na or page for because we music ni now the business too more a bit to me a farmer. Patron what I say. All right, Q. Yeah. So did you always plan to be a musician as a kid?
No.
When you ask kids, they say, well, I want to be a nurse, I want to be a journalist. Maybe so say obey there now can
in the beginning I wanted to be a scientist. But that was I think that was an idea that was put in my head.
Yeah.
Because na me ya deal with school pa.
It's true.
And you know, I'm drive towards science. But many started if you can I realized that I am more into writing and into many if you can not the manager who is like to teach and to be a writer.
Okay.
Not necessarily a musician like a writer. But music no. Ne bibia me started am ye did grow on chen.
But you know also so we be sorry and every musician goes like I used to sing in church and stuff.
No, there's actually one funny story about me and church.
Okay.
And I don't remember but my mom ne catch them.
Okay.
Or say or the make Sunday school bina. Sunday school madam ne ka say oh and cry no when e bit ma beto nyum ba kwa. Ahye nyam na me pajamas. Me pajamas and your friend and business anymore. Now I started to Azigiza Junior. I don't know if you know Azigiza. Yeah, and I started to it's me the end and share.
One to Azigiza gospel show.
No.
Maybe one to Lord Kenya and Swan count. So now also the papa miss way wild do or baby feel Jack Nenyago. And they want to be Azigiza. Ubisa mama said the namu tighty Azigiza.
I'm sure so no tighty. Yeah, but Omo cuts in short. So that's maybe my only church
experience
story.
That you got.
But for most of the parts, Obrafo Nyumbina Mite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he your mentor?
No.
Or somebody that you looked up to in music when you were growing up? That's what I mean.
I looked up to him in the early stages of me wanting to do music and me writing. In the very, very early stages. But if I'll call anybody an idol, because a mentor is someone that has to like have hands-on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily though, but I think the word idol here
is better because a mentor he has to have some type of like
personal
hands-on this thing on shaping you.
True.
Yeah. So that's more.
So he's more of an idol.
Yeah, he's more of an idol.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love Daddy Lumba as well. I love Jay-Z, Fela Kuti, Peter Tosh.
So what influence did Obraffo's music have in you from day one?
The thing that attracted me to his music is or can't say a real life. Oh, and first time I made this so be the rap can't asema me related to sir was on that particular song. Obrafo.
It wasn't Eminem. It wasn't Jay-Z.
No.
So guys, I mean, we've got gems right here in Ghana. Pacheka gem are precious stone, basically. We've got precious stones all around in the industry, especially related to rap. Because most boys, when they start trying to rap, no, guys, I'm saying today ladies can rap too. But mostly we find us trying to learn from just the Western side and not really looking at what we have. So, I mean, I think I'm very happy hearing that Obrafo had that influence on you. I think I read somewhere that the first rap you were able to learn was his.
Yeah, it was his rap. It was that's what started the whole me wanting to do music. Just that particular verse from him, particular song from him.
Which verse was that?
It's a song called Aden on his first album. Okay, adiache bia aba nipa diem ya kwani kohwe makola nikejetia gidi ye beat on na bibia abrantie yadwuma denji waketua sika anyi sika ne wa brekita ewom se ye branya minti da ye bibia ebinim si macha amane nti wonu da nyina ye hozo ada na betwe me moja.
Okay. So, and singing, do you sing?
And I won't call myself a singer,
but you can.
I sort of dabble. Not really. That's why I was like, I'm not calling myself a singer might offend people that are actual singers. I sort of dabble a little.
Okay, I'm right here. I'm a singer. I didn't think I was going to take offense. Let me hear just one line.
From?
To one line. Oh, there one line.
And you may.
And you be out, Kumasi boy. Kumasi.
Okay.
Aye.
Mako media who see.
Oh.
Okay,
stop right there. That's an amazing voice. I don't really sing much.
No, I don't think I do it on a professional level. You understand? So like the same way if someone tells me they're a rapper and it's not really top notch, I will be offended. I don't like to call myself a singer because I feel like people that can actually sing like you.
Okay. All right. So I read somewhere about BBNZ.
Yeah.
What exactly is it, and what's your correlation with it?
Okay, so BBNZ is a record label. Yeah, they are famous for having discovered and put out EL. Yeah. And I am a BBNZ live artist since I've been a BBNZ live artist since 2014.
It's a record label.
Yes, a record label.
You're still with them?
Yeah, I'm still
currently.
with them. Yeah.
And what about the Q? I've been hearing, some things.
The Q.
The Q.
Okay, so there was a time when talents in Kumasi, we felt like as a a man for MY intimi fan yomu and BBI intimi fan a car for and enjoy. And there were a few of us down here who happened to be friends. And they back together saying, yeah, for me, BBI, you know, a bit media boy, because me the Mikakrabana do Kakrabana, and the Rebon rating ye baby. And no, the Q, no.
The Q.
Yeah, it was me, Pee Wee, producer, Yasapon Kuma, he manages Samini now, but he's an architect and graphic designer, set designer by.
Okay.
And then there was Mark Vosa, who also is a graphic designer, photographer. So we came together, and Mark Vosa actually came up with the name.
Who's your boss? Who am I
Mark
calling
Vosa,
boss
that's
here?
his name.
Come again?
Mark Vosa.
Mark Vosa. Yeah. Okay, so you said the boss or the boss. His name is Mark.
No,
Vosa.
I said Mark Vosa.
Okay.
No, I didn't say he is the boss. I'm just saying like my boys, like the four of us.
Okay.
Yeah, we came together and then
you formed.
And he came up with the name.
Okay.
And or did the buy no. So that time na social media, Facebook. Me pe kwan ya ye bit my bibia mo bia hu say oh ya launch Q bia na bibisa. And me this idea nearby, so we have a DQ no.
And can
social media.
So it wasn't just you that had the name Q.
No, we had Lucica, we had Kaboom.
Okay.
We had a lot of there are a lot of random that time about Q, so we had a lot of random people who just have like.
I heard you also go way back with Sak. Was he part of your movement?
He was. Honestly, I think if I say I go way back with Sak, I will be lying.
Okay.
I don't really go way back.
No, way back.
No, I go way back with Flo Kingston. I don't go way back with Sak, but I've known him for a while.
Okay.
Not on a very personal level, but I've just known him for a while.
Yeah. I mean, I love his realness, guys. I hope you do too. Okay, Q. So, do you believe there's talent in Kumasi?
Oh, massive talent. There's always been talent in Kumasi. You know, hip life crowd started here, no? It was more vibrant here. What you say? Kunti Hine, Kwade, Lord Kenya. All these people, even Reggie Rockstone.
Kenya was part of your crew.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, even Reggie Rockstone, who came from outside,
Okay.
he said he was a Seacom president because that time no Seacom the crab. And till today, we still have so many talented people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we still have so many talented
So, what about some of their, latest guys around? Do you see anybody with real talent?
Like we have
Amrado.
Amrado, he's doing amazing. We have definitely, I won't say strongman or anybody because these are already big names. We have Kofi Jama, who's also on the come up. We have other singers. I'm struggling to come up with some of the names of the singers, but we have people, that I've personally heard who are amazing down here.
Q, what's your level of education?
I have a Bachelor of Arts in Communication from Ghana Institute of Journalism.
Okay, as in arts, journalism.
Yeah, communication. Yeah.
Communication
Studies option journalism, but it's journalism and advertising and everything.
So now the church or and writing skills. No.
Yeah, I think I'm a born writer, and then I just loved music so much that I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Has anybody told you you look like a science student?
I hear that all the time. I think it's this thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, but I only.
For like a second. Let's see how you look in that. Okay, now you look like a writer.
I only started putting this one on maybe 2013, 2012. For the most part, I didn't have glasses.
Okay, so we've been hearing a lot about, you and Lil Shaker. It looks like you guys go way back. Are you still good friends?
Yeah, we're great friends. Yesterday,
and how come you guys are so close?
He wanted to play UFC on Xbox, but his internet was not connected.
Oh, so what game? Game girl, big combat games. And they're show.
Oh, okay. Then we challenge you one time. Yeah, so we go way back. He's somebody that when I was coming up, he was a level higher, so he's somebody that I always looked up to. And then we happened to connect back then, and then we both got signed on BBNZ. So because we knew each other from back then, we became like closer.
So now, what happened to your crew of the whole Q? I mean, you're the only Q I've actually heard of. Are they still using the name Q? And are they all under BBNZ?
No, they are not under BBNZ. So each of them, they are doing different things.
And they've changed their names from Q?
I am the only one that added the Q officially to my artist name.
Okay.
But for them, it was on social media, but they never added it to their artist names.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think the first big breakout artist we had out of Q was Kaboom.
Okay.
Yeah, Kaboom was super big in Kumasi at the time. I mean, I remember paying to go watch him perform and everything.
Hey, I mean, you guys are homies.
Nah, that was before we were homies.
Oh.
Yeah, that was before we were homies. Yeah, and then the next person that we broke out, and that was actually when we had formed the Q, was Lucica. This female rapper, she had just come from France, and then we put her on.
What's her name?
Lucica.
Lucica.
Yeah.
Oh, so the Lucica is a lady, not a dude.
No. Yeah, it's a lady, and I think she had a very good year or two, and then she just decided to call it quits to start a family.
Oh.
Yeah, and then Etumpai also he wasn't really like a big part, but he also sort of came out of the camp. Yeah. We've had various other people. Mr. Easy. Yeah, Mr. Easy.
Mr. Easy was part of the
Q.
Mr.
Easy was part of the Q.
Isn't Mr. Easy Nigerian?
Yeah, he's Nigerian.
I hear a lot of his songs in Chi these days. And how did you get into contact with him?
So he schooled in tech.
Yes, that I know.
Yeah, he schooled in tech. So at the time when he was in school, our studio in Kumasi was like the most vibrant studio. So a lot of the people from tech used to come and record over there. And then he came to record.
There was this Nigerian guy you started with, Nkechuku or something. Where you started at first.
Okechuku.
Yes, Okechuku.
Yeah.
Yes. Is he still around with you guys?
No. Okechuku, I think Okechuku is probably in London or something. Yeah, we used to.
He still produces music.
I think so.
Do we know any major song?
I don't know, because I haven't. To be honest, I haven't stayed in touch. And Okechukwu was even way before Q. Okechukwu was when we were trying to find places to record. So he was this Nigerian guy who had come to school in UST, who had a recording set up in his room.
Was he charging?
Yeah, he was charging us, but it wasn't as much as.
How much at that time were you paying?
At the time, you pay like maybe 20 to 30 Ghana for a master recording.
Hey, so at that time, they 2 million.
No, 200,000.
Sorry, yes. 200.
Yeah, but call proper studio. For a master, I'll bet you are 2 million or 3 million.
Okay.
So OK was giving it to you for like super cheap, yeah. And then the week behind, I acquire 1 or 2.
Q, I heard you were number 10 on its hottest MCs in 2016.
Yeah, MTV base.
How did that feel like? MTV base. That's huge. How did it feel like?
Actually came as a surprise because I didn't know I was on their radar. Yeah, like I didn't know I was on their radar. It felt cool for me, and a big part of where I get satisfaction from is from fans, not really from awards or mentions in places like that. It feels good because they can recognize that you're doing something, but it was like just another day, like
Cute. I think you're too modest. That's how I see you to be, because dude, you've done a lot. Your name is I mean, the first time I heard of you, I didn't even really know who you were. You remember?
Yeah, I remember.
I thought it was your first interview. And but then it happens that there were songs of yours that I had heard before.
Yeah.
But I think you're way too modest, that you kind of like to keep yourself in the background. Is it something that's kind of like intentional? Because I mean, even with the way you dress, so different from all the other rappers you meet. I mean, not necessarily you having the dreadlocks or whatever, but I mean, it's so real.
I understand.
It's so normal.
I look like an everyday guy.
You appear normal.
Yeah.
Yes. Why are you that way then?
Yeah, because it is important that somebody also represents normal people, so that it doesn't look like rappers all have to look some way or sound some way or do things a certain way.
So do you repeat outfits?
Yeah.
A lot.
Oh, I don't mind.
Let's say, I mean, now you're here today.
Yeah.
If you had another interview on another TV station, you can go with the same one.
Just
you
it's the same day.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it's the same day.
Okay, that's interesting.
I am actually not, to be honest with you, I'm not big on what I am wearing. Okay. I wish I had the same shada in the same color in my closet.
Like Zuckerberg.
Yeah, because it saves you time. Yeah, it saves you. If you leave me, I'll wear black or yeah.
I'm also guilty for wearing black a lot recently. Anyways, so what was your first album? How many albums do you have in the first place?
I have one album, but I had a lot of like mixtapes that I put out before that.
How many mixtapes so far? Estimate if you don't know the exact number.
No, I think I had like 7 mixtapes. But in 2010 I had like 5, and then between 2010 and 2014 I added like 2 more.
2010.
Yeah.
Then 2014.
Yeah.
Wow.
In 2010 I had 5 because.
What was I then? How old was I? Let's keep on.
Yeah. In 2010 I had 5 because I was getting in the game fresh, and one of the things that I wanted to do was improve whilst the fan was listening. Okay. So I had this plan to do a mixtape every month of like 12 songs. And it was supposed to be the whole year, so like 12 mixtapes. But by the time I got to the 5th one, I felt like I had achieved a level where I can calm down and focus on.
Okay. Yeah. Mixtape ne piano called the NBO. First not the workman. Now the cassettes no. Ishima.
Oh no.
Martinti won't be no. And several songs was so now.
No.
Where piano be? Was it a CD? Wasn't a CD or?
No, 2010 so na CD ni bibi aba.
It's na cassette.
Na cassette. Na 2010 na CD aba.
Ampa na CD o ampa. Inti mixtape no na oye go CD so.
Tabi. Internet na 2010 na afi na big XGH ni free music on the internet. I feel I big na YouTube ni ade na ya happen no more freestyle again. It's a mixtape in nature say what for nyum baby that's why a compilation of different nyum, but most of the time na nyum anya wa nyum 24 bibita. Now why you there also? Now I can album baby.
And part then time then here you only a VIP for. But anyways, let's go back to the video that you've been waiting for. Once I make a by Kujiki. Join here. This is me na my rap and to it wouldn't be a tubu. A brand here nya butro. Ejo me kwa ho de me say once I make a
It's for
Okay, guys, I think this is my new favorite highlight song. What from this song? If you hear it by, it's one and Yakupo make it can Charlie Bonum Wayana.
Oh, that be. Actually, shake and a bow beat, you know.
Okay.
And she shake a bow beat and me tea beat and I'm still meet with there. I'm so on family.
No, but 1 week now she.
Director and girl.
Nege. She need the cano, nege. You can't okay. The girlfriend. But she need nege.
Okay, director nege.
Nege. Okay. Oh, okay. So, how long did it take you to write on Sabeka basically? Now, you just
no. Like, main parts, they said me feature AI also. The main parts, they say on the troll hook, no. So on the buy na.
So the song is for AI.
No, it's for me.
It's for you.
Yeah, featuring
but AI. Yeah. No, so no day. Oh, okay. We getting to know But we've been hearing these rumors that you and Lil Shika have had some kind of separation now.
Oh no.
Is it real?
No. I don't know. Yeah, project together, pen and paper. Anna. Yeah, and you be kika count. I'm saying I'm for ebe who yeah together a lot of the time. It's yafe me start call back say me album solo project, you know. I'm on my dream, you know, because I'm who yeah together all the time, you know. Yeah, but funny because before Corona we were together like almost every day. Okay. Yeah, just that me PR.
When you met Shika though. Because that's it. You go way back.
Yeah, I think I met Shika in 2012.
In 2012.
Yeah, in 2012 into OTT
20 something.
Yeah, that's 22 and something.
Yeah. Medium patcho.
It's like 22 or 23. Yeah.
Okay. There's another interesting thing. Do you believe in beef at all? I mean, I've hardly heard of you beefing with anybody in the industry. Do you believe in beefing?
I am a non-confrontational person. I believe that
it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I believe that you can have civil. Of
course.
And solve it. But rap, you know, competitive sports. Rap, there is a boxing. You know, so also a hard rap and now be boa. Also to me.
So you believe in civilized beefing.
Yeah.
I believe just a sec. Yeah. Pacho ye can't beefa. Pacho nyanya e wo krom na ye ko tonu bio. What we simply mean is say on say rap mo obi to me challenge you obi e wo nyum to e bia wakeka nsem bi. Na the other person no ono so atro nyum no so e dey about very reply. E bi wo how unfortunately ye cost so far to the extent that ye dey you know, you did atem your man be personal, but that's not actually how it's supposed to go. In patcho beef na you can beef na no one. Okay, so back to you, Q. Do you believe that beef is it healthy for the music industry at all?
Like you're saying, as long as they keep it civilized and it's not personal. I mean, people like to see when two people, you know, people like to see confrontation. Yeah. So moye na say bema mo numbers na ko up na munku shia o station bin entwitwa masum ni ade dia eno na e cool man
to di na tem no aka chezo we camera keke man sheda e camera but hano ba abwa she to send ye na sin ya she obi amimbo ni di. Okay, now we're diving into your song Joe. Are you on ever?
No, I'm not.
So what from Joe?
I featured an ever guy on it, Walasi.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, so he wrote that part.
Okay.
I'll try later no church.
What is the meaning of Joe?
Go. I think in ever is go. Yeah, apparently Joe in Ghana also means dance, but I didn't know that. Yeah.
Okay. Joe, no dear. If to say me interesting, Keke, he said some stuff. We'll say all these girls want me banana. If it no be pizza, then shawarma. Pacho banana ni mana.
If I try no last in a kind, it's a main friend of mine.
What can I hold you up for right now?
Go down, wrap inside.
So many schemes. Okay. And you say so many schemes where I know the fee reap. The patrol schemes schemes now man this one I said.
There be on say bema there. And na nipa angasa wo nyina wo ideas wo dreams wo nyoma bia onu so ka boma kakra baba ho na so aye we blow into me eno no me ka say my plans be brave but no.
So how is that how does that link to Lil Shaker's part or can Emmanuel person what say money didn't sika do
to Walasi's party
sorry
to Walasi's party yeah into Johnny nyina no concept of the song ni nyina say or dot me ma we lazy now unya vem fanya ne also I don't so ne unya girl bi now ne girl ne unya girl bi now ne girl ne she dem ma
ejuma crown ko
yeah by this anke e frɛ say be interview but could you order because they suffer o kon kakra bi ana say LCJ kra ono kra say next week and you know enyum ne call ni nyina no say odot mi ma we lazy a onye den focus nti ono no okache oni girl bi o okache girl no say girl ne nko open there but onko so the be obeti manya
on space kakra na be ma
yeah because
okay me pacho what you enwana waka no wenka kamekran kamo boy bia can be cry I wouldn't be here right now if you know what I mean. Anyways, so we are going to just hear a few messages about what our people are thinking, those watching us. They say nice show from Mr. Ansa in UK. Yes, so please, but your local show. There are people watching from UK. Okay, but you busy me misal say you see no all switch here free. Or today, are you switching from Kumasi artist to Accra? Diana from UK. She wants to know if
but how do you
leaving Kumasi to go to Accra permanently because artists need to say Timo baby and Namuko.
Now say sa particular question anyway na na Accra.
To say no, are you Kumasi based?
Yeah, me to Kumasi.
But you go to Accra for all your videos.
Me call her koye adwuma.
Okay.
Me person me break it down a little.
Okay.
Ain't you know say me to even say me Accra na me adwuma. Na sala me say me Kumasi nya. E say then.
Enye bibia.
What are my chances? Because
na it's na uncha videos no Kumasi.
Oh, me try videos of Kumasi da.
Nti more
but
say more
directors no. How many directors now when your mom where wouldn't if you are clear about her?
It's a whole lot. So you have to do that. So I hope you answered, honey. And the next person wants to know. She said you're very young. Her name is Mame Adjoa. She said you're very young. You look very young. How old are you? We've already answered that, but for her sake.
I said I'll be 30 next year.
You'll be 30 next year, honey. So I hope you are answered. And it'll be to say, or person will say, if you have any problem with the circular musicians in the country. Have you had any problem with anybody at all?
No, I haven't had a problem with anyone. Yeah.
I think the last one is saying, could you cue? Will you come for the gospel music with Papa Sly lecture? Oh, that's all advertising. Also, when your friend of Papa Sly Electronics, I think he's probably a producer. He wants to. I'll say we'll come for him to do gospel music. But your gospel music and no bayana.
Like if it comes.
Whatever he's inspired to write.
To do,
Kojoku, it's been amazing having you in the studios.
It's been fun.
We are going to watch your song, Joe, So see, I kind of Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
Patron is Joe. It's Joe. It's ever Joe. So let's watch Joe.
Joe.
That was Joe by Kojo Q and Wolasi.
Yeah,
Am I correct?
yeah,
Yes, and Wolasi. The song is basically saying that Ofili Nedofono. Not that they are breaking up, but sometimes we need to put love a little bit on hold, go get some money and live, because we don't chop love, right? We don't chop love.
Right.
Q, we're wrapping up. What do you have to say to your fans? Just a sec. Please, we're live on Facebook, so any comments, just post it.
Yeah.
Yes. What do you have to say to your fans?
Shout out to everybody who is watching out there and all the people who always tune into Kumasi Online TV. It's important that we support our people. To all the people who support me, thank you very much. Keep on supporting new music coming out. And if you want to connect on social media, my Twitter is Kojo_Q.
Kojo_underscore no.
That's
yes, that's
KOJO_CUE. The
There's
same
no
on
hyphen
Instagram.
in the Kojo this time.
No.
So KOJO hyphen
underscore.
Sorry.
Yeah,
then
CUE.
CUE. I saw Ultra Cube now. We be if you're CUE.
And on the same on Instagram.
That's for Instagram and Twitter.
But Facebook, yeah, KO-JOQ.
Okay,
yeah.
That's your fan page, right?
Yeah.
So on Facebook, he's KO-JO-dash and then Q. On Instagram and Twitter, he's Kojo_Q. All right, honey. So one more thing before you go, what you really have to say to underground artists that are trying to come up and get in touch with you? Can anybody at all get a song with you?
If you get on my social media, you see management contact over there. So just hit them up. Yeah, just give them a call.
Mahala manager.
No, I got chance. So we'll see. Okay. Normally, what they do is they'll let you send the song and then we'll listen. Okay. If it feels right for us, then we'll let you know.
Do you check the person's profile before you accept it? Because I know you wouldn't want to stain your name with just anybody.
Yeah, but that's why we check the song.
Okay.
Because if the song is good enough, it doesn't matter if you're new or you're you understand.
You're just doing it. Alright guys, that was Kojo Q and I hope you enjoyed it. This is Celebrity Vibes on Showbiz Arena. We're going to a quick commercial break and when we come back, I've got juicy gossip for you. Stay tuned. Showbiz Arena. Entertainment is an amazing show put together for your amusement, relaxation and pleasure. One may simply call it enjoyment. All this and more is found in the one and only program designed to give you electrifying shocks. It's Showbiz Arena on Kumasi Online TV and I'm your host, call me LCJ. I'll break down the fun into hashtag music, what's interesting, celebrity vibes, and juicy gossip. Oh yeah, you heard me right. On Fridays, 3 to 4 p.m. It's Showbiz Arena, the best choice you can make. Okay guys, so this is Showbiz Arena. I'm your one and only beautiful LCJ and this is Kumasi Online TV. Yes, so we are here finally. I mean, after Celebrity Vibes, we're done with that segment and now we're on juicy gossip. Yes, me and you see because walls have ears, you understand? Walls have ears. So basically today we've got a couple of interesting things that happened during the week. Juicy gossip is about the konkonsana eko bremang ba kumase ko he ko sha asase ningina yebedi sa konkonsana na. This is professional konkonsa for you. Yes, and then the first one that we're going to have a couple of videos that I'll play to you. And basically this week I think the most trending news all over was Efia Schwarzenegger's advice to young girls and to the youth as a whole. You know, basically. And we're also going to talk about we've got Bishop's funeral that is coming up, but that's not going to be the main topic. But another thing that really got our eye this week is actually Socrates Sappho's comment about the industry, the entertainment industry. That's you can't entertainment industry now. You can't movies and and then pretty much it. And then we're also going to that's basically the creative arts segment for you. So I got my panel here today and we'll be going through them very easily. We have someone new with us. Yes, and his name is Kobe Kin. But you know of a pine check camera and a beton so I'll go so a fan boy. Make a patch or a girlfriend.
We go soon, I'm sure.
Right. Yay! There's hope for the future. And we have let me actually give the your background check. Unse konkonsa ni eba bedi no. Enti no mo a me nyomba bedi konkonsa no. Me so so makwa kohwehwe. Omo echi so ha. Okay, so he's a talent manager, number one. He's a promoter. If is it promotion of music or movies?
I do both music promotion and I do corporate promotion as well.
So anything that somebody wants to advertise, they just have to contact you.
Not really advertisement, but then corporate promotion has to do.
In music.
Yeah.
Okay. And business manager. Is it only for artists or for anybody else?
No, basically for artists. I work with artists. Right?
We a businessman behind yourself. Waka for no afro. If you don't think, you know, or you're not a rapper, don't bother to pick up your phone and call. And then we got the legendary, yes, you're a business manager at Black Legendary Music Crew.
Yeah.
And Bisake Day's business manager.
Right. Black Legendary Music is Bisake Day's record label.
Okay.
Right. So that's where I work at right now.
Okay. But you want to rough or you're feeling rough? Okay, so now we're coming to the next person. He's equally important. In fact, your friend, portfolio or David Jermaine. Patrol, any page, I am branding as a fashionist. Just say fashion trends be a by piano. He follows it and he does it. In fact, yeah, the camera on it as well. And I make us a many change and I portfolio. David Jermaine. I'm not flattering you, it's the truth.
This is the first platform I've even gotten the tag as a fashionista.
What would the way I made in the toast for our Casano? He's an MC as well. Pacho, Escafona, Yebe, Pachonia wedding and what almost for her saying. Member baby and I'm one coach. Yes, me pacho or pie balloon. Oh, pie.
I don't do those kind of
pie. Okay, pacho pie balloons. Why? So this is portfolio. He works with Kesben TV, and he's actually one of the panel today. Today I'm not going to talk much. They are actually going to, help us dissect the trending news. Okay. So let's get to the creative industry as we know it.
Right.
Yeah. We've had so many things happening this week. Evangelist Lord Kenya. Asem Kakrabiaba. So that's the first one. I don't know, have you followed that story?
Yeah, I've heard Okonfokwa the family, the Nako.
Yes.
Court I didn't know the Nako rehab near there.
Yes,
right.
Yes, so that's the first story. We'll be playing it in the GIF. Portfolio, did you hear about that story?
Because I did. I think I followed it quite recently.
Okay, so we're going to check the video out very soon and figure out. Now, Patrol, if someone is having an issue and he's agreed to be taken to the rehab center. I mean, in mental illness, I mean, I have a background of nursing, so say obi home fan and it's not necessarily so about them. Please don't say mental illness. It can be something mild. It just means like you are not really feeling peaceful or sound. You get it. Even depression is one of them. Yeah. Now, BB saying then the person has realized that okay, he needs help because of his addiction. I mean, he chose to go to the rehab center, right? Okay, he chose to go there, and then now we are suing somebody for a choice he made. Anyways. Let's go check out the video in a minute. Stay tuned. We'll be back to discuss that.
It's not predictable. They cannot predict him.
You know,
I've never predicted Lord Kenya.
yeah.
But God knows his heart, and God knows my heart. The God who has called me to become evangelist, he has a purpose for my brother.
That's what's up.
Hey, love, pray for us.
Yeah, me and Kenya. Come on. Me and Kenya. You know how it is. My message is whatever you're hearing about me or here, Reverend Evangelist Lord Kenya, whatever you're hearing, come on. Make your head straight and get it right, because we're always on the right path and on the right track.
That's why
nothing's gone wrong nowhere, you know. So we straight up, anywhere, anytime, anyhow. Batwaba, Abai, Nanado, Mahama, NDC, MPP, the other parties, CPP, all of you, you know what we're saying. Yeah, no, mine, yeah, Kasa. Omutia de kosre ba mo de omani ebremon sem no too much mama enibre ba too much ba ye no maye amanfo sre nti mo ba ye chance ni enya dey ni ani nipa enkasa na munya tambia na enije ba kuruma na mama na ye mbasa.
Now all come back no and na ye mu bi we were like adentina nipa the other sergeant because mama we and then we got to know, say, as we speak, no, say, ya no, wasako rehab ho and no, abana will have to, and you maybe also abana to me explain it. Now, yenya elected every lawyer, be a lawyer necessary, say, yeneno like on age now, the family of on the family lawyer. Now lawyer no letter or the break and a letter no 15th of June until a week after. Ana Nyankopon ya adomo a yetime de sage yenuane se onko fie. And now letter ni mu no lawyer ni busan sam bebre. Me ba mu bi say me kotu lawyer no. O say for moko rehab hono and I say when your first time I na rehab wako rehab wako but so now no lawyer na kire and said nyoma bi const sisia ye conform me aba be mano say on intro letter na mbreye say me part woman in say maybe abana ba obet me explain any part but me part the woman in say letter no from the family lawyer no say similar Mikotu lawyer, no, so similar situation is reeling his head with evangelist Lord Kenya getting access to him with their video going viral. Mimi getting access to him with the video going viral. Mokai video I buy. I'm saying na you didn't call rehab no na man for bebre busayen. Ne ho te say na mo sure say there na ekoso. So we needed the call yeah ekosra no. No, you say the brother is well rehab for not taking good care of him. So we wanted people to know, say, the brother is doing well. At least what me reason the way percent reason, which is stable. Now within that time anymore, no, and the letter away free lawyer no. Now the lawyer say. Similar situation is really in his head with evangelist Lord Kenya getting access to him and with their video going viral. In other words, me name se video na me de ba ye no amwano anasa aboano anasa amanipa hunu se ye nuano ne ho ye. But lawyer ne say owo ho no some before no and binya access to him radio presenters okay can't send baby.
This is really interesting. It's funny. Kin
I do some with the a chair my drink because I don't see why a family will sue somebody say modeshe na bibia tono. Bien fan say be example na me yo say me fan so onim nipo na wakoto say bia bibia to no kwan ho en wa fa na de na ko hospital na che bia ni social media or the abeto say oh nipa so me say am ko hu no kwan ne ho am fa ne ko say na ne ho te say de ne ho ye na family both minim you know the details of ade no pa because asembia no ebeba ne ani say but then ubetie the other side of the story no bia na bibi ewo ho but no krepa say said the old church msa na te pepepa then I don't see anything wrong with the fact that no aboa obi de na rehab na afedie or update you know a man for say na nipa na the condition here the ACT.
And let me chip in real quick. First and foremost, they were saying say video now we're trying. That is the main thing they even want to sue him for. Meanwhile, the story was already out there. Man for to say Kwade has gone back to rehab.
Right.
Intin ne o hodada. And I just say enya sanenge period no. And mummy no say okay any video am obi ati asese I'm getting better. That's now the whole thing.
You know, Lord Kenya, one person, many agent who bebre if you say, you know, from the time now, no your music, you know, it got to a point, now the situation is similar to Kwade.
Yeah.
What I say?
Yeah, that's true.
And through divine intervention near the intino, or to me, you know, recover. And a nyankopon man so, a do baby or no nyankopon ejuma. Enti se wako hu ni nua na ni nua o te be mu saa ebe ne de ebe na hoho say oh me nua mako te be mu bida ma menyi unye de emfree baby.
Meanwhile they also go way back.
You know and quite the issue this is not obi anim quite the issue.
Yes.
Oh enye new.
Enti Lord Kenya no dey ba out.
Lord Kenya na dey ba out. En o megu ni hu fin je bibia. What I say na mo bo na obo ni nua no so ho or the two go for said e be ya obi te baby. No, so what to be any beer or doing who who say, oh, me crown so me hear me one, and I'm a many dava, bit major, I know maybe. You know, I don't think so the bounce of Obaba transition in the image in any way.
Yes, and let's not forget that Kwade is inside the video they want to see.
Oh,
he's in the video.
And yes, oh, Koya, or done
nobody pulled himself.
Obian for saying, or run at on that the Jano Abe Castle, we're revealing it in a bad way, being to know. So I don't know why the family, no,
let's put a pin on you just a second. Portfolio.
Wow.
What do you
CJ, this very issue, like I've thought through it a couple of times. It's come up for discussion over and over again, and I don't know if this is even going to be the last time we're going to talk about it because it's been back and forth. The phases of Kwade's situation, initially I felt it was something psychological. Right, but moving on, so I felt that it was manageable, domestically manageable.
Yeah.
So we felt okay, family could handle it.
Exactly.
It got to a stage, it moved beyond the psychological to medical. So it moved beyond just home management to where he really needed expert help.
True.
What you're saying, this time round, that is where it started arousing that kind of awakening. Saying no, if family is financially handicapped to manage the situation, this time around he's a legend. I mean, someone who's paid his dues to the industry, so it has to be in the public eye so that, I mean, charitable people can also join in there. But digging through the couple of interviews that Kwade himself has done when he was gradually, seemingly, because he has never recovered, but seemingly coming back to consciousness, you could know, say, there is something beyond psychological and medical that we criminals are failing not to understand, because it is not easy. Say you can come on bigger platforms and let people know, say you guys, you don't understand the thing. You Ghanaians take the thing psychological, you take it medical, but I am not at peace with my family. I am not in terms with even my biological mother, and so Kwade is giving room for suspicions that goes beyond what we think.
From what you're saying, Kwade wasn't even cool with his family.
Currently, as it stands now, Kwade he feels no, but the way they are dealing with the thing, no, or say on Tiasa, it looks like I say more and yes, psychological management and your medical management. I say more you maybe I say he feels that spiritual.
Into be a bemoa family need home quite say. Or mobile
and so Kwade feel at home being with an alien.
Kenya. Okay.
An alien, it's not even about Kenya. Someone outside the family. And though he's not appealing to
so do you
Kenya,
think the family is just trying to get money from Lord Kenya through all this?
That is why I'm saying, I think Kwade really understands teaching better because Okasa as a spiritual stuff we don't understand.
Okay.
And Kenya, though say maybe legally no, but he did the best thing. Imagine saying Ka Okoya deal with Nanka Amber public eye. Kombesi no nyano. This time we all bear witness. The video is out there, and so when they are taking him, legalities can come into play. Okay. Everything is about legalities. So I don't think there is substance enough to sue someone on basis of whatever you want to.
All right, now let's go to the major topics for the day. We've been hearing a lot. Since the artist starts and they start with a manager, and before we know, we say they've broken up. I mean, we've had some with Famia and his manager. We've had some with Lil Wayne and Zach, which Zach was here last week to explain and give us a gist of what really happened. Ohima a Joyce Blessing crying and saying so because she was married, she and the husband seems to have some issues, and he was her manager, and as you see or say on so the manager no bio. Now some and other people that we've seen, do you think there's some consequences that the artist would suffer from every time there's a break in management like that? Both.
Actually, you know, I always say this: artist and manager relationship, it's more like marriage or like you know, that's how you know, and our relationships is that way. Most often, no, what happens is there more problem, but after artist and manager every breaking, they say there are a whole lot of things that you know managers in a year on behalf of artists. There are a whole lot of contact. There are a whole lot of connects. So, Jumano, yeah, the contacts and the connections in there. There are a whole lot of things that manager nimkra artist and
even Nipa the people he knows.
Yes, not so anymore, but on no money direct dealing, on no money that kind of cordial vibe, you know.
Yeah.
And it takes the manager to handle all these things.
That's true.
So if it happens, say some problem, not so much separate here. So definitely, the artist no best of a crowd because be a manager na or no. Nipa o ni mono be an new one needs to need that kind of people
kind of
no, you know, and the route at which I know usually promoting and your man be an or we know the new manager in him. But then again, you can get a manager on also connect next we no cry chain the former one or no.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what we see in Ghana is mostly not professionalism no from kakra.
Okay.
Most artists, not all, most artists, what you see in say, Ayobia, Ayana downfall, and I will be a winning over time, or starting on in the hassle, yeah, say. That is why I on in as a manager.
Okay.
But there is no professional way, you know, in their dealings and their doings. What I say, there is no contractual agreement. What I say, so. Obia for no say ko there some madam for no you know, so if it's time class also ko ejuma bi na dey bia no I relax o ho na dey
no professionalism,
nothing, you see. So what happens is as time goes on no why you too familiar with nipa no on ni ejuma no to the point say ade bi o ho a e wo so ya obe relax o ho because onim say wo no untimi nkasa o ho.
Okay, that's true.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Let me get back to you.
Okay.
Portfolio. Do you think, it's good to have, even though as he was saying, you know, sometimes there's that personal bond which helps. But do you think it's a good thing? Because, for instance, Joyce Blessing, the husband. Do you think something like that, if you are breaking free from a manager like that, do you think that's even going to rather help the person,
right?
Rather than, you know, bringing them down?
Right, like as Ken rightly said, I mean, when you have that kind of informal connection with your manager, when you are ordered to carry out something that is a professional duty, you mix emotions and professionalism in that. When Ken is managing myself, and then I'm very have that informal relationship. but it do baby you only say juma yo make a choice say sorry oh for on some and then when I order Ken, it could also be said on the other side, or that is on your dear mammy, Nasa Bia, Metiana Bia, Media before Tiana. This time round, Ken should accept, say, me, Tiana is on your as in my capacity as a manager,
and not as
not
a friend or a husband or.
But he will catch emotions.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, portfolio about many form. But if we didn't have that informal relationship, oh, boss, sorry, when you show me any other. So that is one thing. And talking about breakaway, one thing. That is there's also the error. Initially, managers played a role, and then I have for an artist to play that role because of social media, so they don't really value management. Initially, there were certain people you have no option than to be under their umbrella to be managed because they had the links, they had the booking links, they knew how to connect. Today, social media. I personally, as an artist, can sit here and connect with whoever I want to connect, and then do things I want to do. So I don't feel the essence of employing the services of manager or submitting myself to management. Yet there are still something even in the social media era that only managers could do. But then some of the artists have not realized. I getting it. And quick one is also the fact that ideally, you see, managers are supposed. The most functional roles of manager was ideally supposed to be under record labels. Because when I employ you as a manager and pay you as a manager, it is very, very difficult for you to have a toll on me in terms of how you want it because that's
if the artist is paying the manager.
If the artist hires and fires. If the artist is the one who hires and fires. It's very risky. Yes. Ideally, you are supposed to submit, but because you are rather providing the remunerations and the conditions of service, it's not easy. So ideally, that is why record label system any Ghana have. Because what's a record label? A umbrella can say, or now allocating manager amount, and you're now and so you are subjected to the structure and the itinerary of the manager. Until this time around, that most managers he can fire in a microsecond because after all.
That's true. Quick question though, before we move on, let's work on this 30 seconds for each person. Do you think it's necessary for an artist to have a manager?
Very, 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 very necessary.
Okay, why?
Without a manager, an artist cannot function the way he's supposed to. You know, Zach SMB. Also, if you walk alone, I've forgotten. If you want to go far, you go with somebody. But then if you I'm trying to phrase it exactly how he puts it. Or can it be bisa? Right, how? Because there are a whole lot of things that you cannot do. I just a manager.
Okay. Chat one time and portfolio.
I mean, it's a must. A manager, yes, a manager manages you beyond profession to the fathers or manage you or life or personal life in such a way. Say, even if you walk out the one. It's a manager who can set in a year. You are the party type, and that's all you be. But then, immediately you become an artist, you subject yourself to say, "Oh, personal life, but you have to sacrifice for the sake of your brand."
That's true.
And you need a manager and a team
to do that.
Maybe
I want to see a crime.
Fine. Oh, but then when you are going for a corporate meeting, manager and bet me catch master this meeting I go sign ambassador deal. So if you don't fancy coach, do what plays with the rules near there. Right. So the manager factor is still pivotal in artist.
Now this week we heard Socrates Sappho saying that it will take 24 hours to fix all the problems that we have in the entertainment industry. Boss, let me get to portfolio this time. What do you have to say about this? Can it take 24 hours?
Laughable. I mean, I've always said when people are supposed to be leaders start talking like politicians, that is what happens. And I don't blame them because the very person in question is a creative arts council head.
Yes.
And he has been appointed based on political lines. One of the very things that's killing that unified front that we've always been fighting for. Because, take it or leave it, he will always say things to create a make-believe that all is rosy and can be fixed, just to make his party look good. I get in it.
Which party do you think he's supposed?
Oh, of course, the incumbent. The incumbent is NPP. Some of us over the time has pushed for that structure as Creative Arts Council.
Okay.
And then people have been appointed just to pay up with their loyalty for the party.
I see.
And so the very constituents and membership of this thing is purely political. So one thing that is plaguing is that the very person is pushing an agenda in the Creative Arts Council as an MPP person. Now Gambro president
alleged and I say we
no.
No,
we didn't say so be the appointment based appoint to come on into no na all kind of or kasa because now do you know say Gambro president and so NDC person which is Uncle Resoma and so because of Sakasa unity there has not been that table now unity say I was a Creative Arts Council and they Gambro ba music aba near the Gambro pushi so when someone or no that is why the person in question Nana Akufo-Addo share almost say okay me person me see theater and here na nko yes they suggested Eastern region to the president.
I know, right? That's like trying to send I don't know who's watching this, but that's like trying to build a gold mine industry center in a place where there isn't gold.
Putting square pegs in round hole.
Just one Kumasi, one Kakra, or the Tadi Kran, Kajanka boys.
And lucky enough, the president being very father enough says, no, all my life I've been watching movies that is emanating from this part of it. So why would
and they even started, they brought up the proposal, trying to ask for a film village. Theater, there's nothing in there.
So there's this a whole. As when it's based on political lines, that is what we get.
Okay.
Like we get a leader talking like a social.
So with the institution aspects, according to portfolio, I mean it can't take a day to fix that. If I want to build a film village, if I want to train artists, but hey, I'm also thinking, as I'm okay, not need the answer or some kind of say, some can be. Or say there isn't much unity in the industry, and if there was unity, that's according to Socrates. Still not cut to 24 hours, able to be fixing. Say if there's unity amongst us, if 24 hours will be can't we come together to fix whatever other, like to start something for the industry? Do you think say no so abakakra
Ghana no, it's like we play too much. That's what I would say. Now how would you as a leader that war ministry people are looking up to you, see the one day ever solve Ghana problem, creative arts problem. Our bra, you need creative arts as a syllabus for school.
Or see unity. That is actually what he was referring to.
No, unity is very important.
Okay.
What I say.
But that doesn't solve everything.
It solves everything.
Okay.
Once we unite, it can solve everything.
Okay.
It makes sense with that. But then all say the one day, ever solve the whole issue. No, it's never gonna happen. Okay. America didn't use one day to solve it.
It's
been years.
That is very true.
The U.S. showbiz industry, it took years for them to build to where they are right now.
Yeah, that's true.
What I said. And it took the government's intervention to the point that somewhere back in the 1940s, Osheda creative radio stations, the Navy radio stations across the world just to sell American music across the world.
Wow, all this the government did for them.
Yes. It was very important because they realized it is one of the commodities they can sell. To say the old cocoa, to say the old timber. The entertainment industry all around the world, country band and and do you know how much America makes out of the showbiz industry?
It's not a joke. I mean, the stuff you download in a day.
Do you know how much they make?
Series
so they have to structure. They have learned people sit on table. And your political no man no. Now we are can we. Now we are back can we. No.
Honorable Barbara Oting Jesse, right? She's the Minister of Creative Arts and Culture. I don't know if you know much about her, but so far, have you seen any kind of progress? That means now she's representing the governmental part. Do you think, as you're talking about Hollywood, the government putting effort in them, have you seen anything from the people around now? Even this minister, Yawabe, industry. Have you seen or heard anything?
There's something that bothers me, especially here in Ghana. It's like our leaders now, I don't know how they plan stuff. Do you know, sir, before you can check purity of gold, Kumasi for ways somewhere. But then if we are talking about government we are almost friend away. I forgot where they check the purity of gold near there. You know, Gold Coast and all these other places. Okay. It's supposed to be here. Barbara Otinjesi, she's young, all right, but then no only for showbiz. Are you putting her there because she's young, or she has passion for what she's doing, or she's had experience?
So you believe that it should be somebody that's an artist or somebody from the industry,
somebody within the industry, somebody who understands the whole industry very well.
Okay.
You don't just put people there just because they are them. What I said,
yeah.
It's like Ube Chusi Obi are not a radio presenter, you say a politician. Now they're not calling Minister of Defense. What are you doing?
Just a second, portfolio.
Right.
Have you seen the government, okay, do anything really tangible for our creative arts industry? Because me person said me yuntuni. Committee abotra, me music school, ako easy. You get the whole thing. Yeah, journalism, so all the journalism schools that we're seeing, or acting, or in the entertainment industry, it's private people that are putting it out. Have you seen anything from the government side helping?
So pathetically, the very people who are supposed to feed her the real situation on the background go and put like, oh mama, baby, you're fine. Almost saying. So the people she surrounds herself with. Ideally, she was even supposed to have taken a good handing over note from Mrs. Katrina Fuku, the one she handed over note, so that she would know. Because if not for anything at all, that her predecessor was on the verge of doing something. I don't know the essence of the racial food though. So all those around him is painting a rosy picture to her, far from the situation on the ground. So it's about who you surrounded yourself with. One, the fact that she has no expertise in the field she's in. And even if it was going to be even partnerable, even if she was surrounding herself with not party fanatics, or a neutral or a blend of coalition of party people to represent them, but then they'll go and paint a rosy picture, no more budget, no much AD. So they'll be so she's uninformed of something. And I think now that it has taken that awakening, we know, say, as time goes on, I mean, we are always optimistic about something.
Okay, so we're wrapping up.
All right.
Kin, what do you have to say concerning anything that you think can be done to help the industry? And clearly, it's not going to take 24 hours, but something tangible that we can do.
Well, I think the most important thing is to get people educated on the whole showbiz thing.
So which means
we have to put those things that were back in the days, near music, near they were school. No, we have to put it back there.
Okay.
We have to let people understand how the craft is like.
You see what I'm
saying? It's not a hobby. It's a serious thing. Are they be out treating it alongside or be alongside?
That's true.
You see, it's like an artist calling himself or herself underground. You'll be underground. Yeah, and that's how we see showbiz. We don't see it as a serious thing, so we'll never get serious. That's why we are promoting comedy. Now we are not. Most people are not doing music.
Yeah.
I see a whole lot of comedy in the industry than real music, and people are thinking. No, I'm not going to mention names, but you know. But people are thinking. You sit down with an artist and they are trying to write a song, and they'll be like, "Oh, they say you see what I'm saying?" And it's because we are promoting what we are not supposed to promote.
Wow.
But I'm telling you, if we do the music right, we can sell it like we are selling gold outside, like we are selling timber, a commodity, be a very, very lucrative. We can make a whole lot of money out there. Say, am I any call show business? The movie industry, the music industry, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Portfolio in a minute.
Statistically, when I realized Nigeria has a showbiz industry being the highest, second largest number of youth employers, I was shocked.
Wow.
And so it depends on how we have projected, so that those who matter will see us serious. Okay. If we project the thing as if say I am crowded, and then yeah, you don't make room for people to invest in us. Okay. So yeah, money appealing, tasteful enough. So the everyone who jumps on can virtually see say he's getting returns on investment. Okay. So basically that's what I
guys, thank you so much for coming to the studios. Now this was Juicy Gossip, and we were discussing about if managers and artists, when they part, does it have a consequence? And secondly, we discussed asking, can it really take 24 hours according to Socrates Safo to fix everything in here? And you heard everything that the guy said, that we need to put in more power from the government, more schools, more education. Let's take our industry seriously. This is Showbiz Arena, the one and only on Kumasi Online TV. If you're watching us live from Facebook, thank you so much for going through the whole segment with us. And soon this will be on YouTube, and if you get to see this on YouTube every Friday, right, just join us and we'll have a pleasure time. My name is LCJ, the one and only beautiful girl in the whole room. See you next time. Stay tuned.